Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yours truly, the voice, Mr. Savoir Faire, DDL Marshall. And I am one of your anchors on the most popular, vastly popular growing Marsh Media News Update. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as you do each and every Monday, 10:30 a.m. on YouTube channel, Am I saying that right? YouTube channel I-70 MMBE. How about that? And then we got our Facebook Live as well. I couldn't do this alone, so let's bring up our beautiful co-anchor, the dimpled up one. Let's see what type of fly shirt she has on today. Shawn Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Shawn
What's up,
Lee.
y'all?
What's happening?
I have you can't see it's protecting my peace. Yeah.
Protecting your peace. All right. And as they all know, y'all come on in, and as y'all come on in, put in the chat where you're looking from, where you're watching us from, and you have any questions. Y'all know how we do. We start off with the news. We ask the question to him, Shawn Lee, have you heard the news? And if you have not heard the news, you are tuned in to the right place to get all the news that you guys make public, Shawn and I make popular. All right. So you did a little traveling over the weekend, Shawn. How did it go?
I'm exhausted. I did.
You're too young to be exhausted. Too young to be exhausted.
Yeah. I went to St. Louis this weekend, so I was still in Missouri, but different part of Missouri. But yeah.
How'd it go? Festivities, birthdays, getaway? What was it?
It was good. Went to see Country Wayne.
Okay, Country Wayne. How'd he do?
Comedy. He did good. He did good. And the people that opened up for him did good. So it was a good experience. And
good.
Celebrated one of my friends' husband's 50th birthday. So that was good. And spent time with my sister cousin. So that was fine. It was good. It was a cool trip.
Kudos. And everybody had a good time, sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, that's how you do it then. That's how you do it. You go in, you jump down to 70 going east.
Listen.
And pray that you be safe coming 70 west back.
Yeah, and I took the train though. So I sat in business class for the train because
You say what now?
Business class on the train. That's how I got there and back.
Oh, so you wait. I see what you just did. Although I'm on the train, it was business class. I wasn't sitting with them commoners,
I like to have, quiet time.
So what's the difference? School me, because I listen, out of all my years, I've ridden the train twice. Once I remember, once I was an infant, and it just so happens that my train ride was down to St. Louis, and then I jumped in a vehicle and went down to Mississippi. Ooh, and so we had something we was going, and so we took it that way. But please clarify for me, the business class.
Oh, business class, there's not a lot of seats, so you literally have the space to work if you want to and do things, and not a lot of noise. Like anytime that I've taken the train in business class, there's never been any children in it, and I appreciate that a lot.
So children get a huge knock for being on with, especially, I'm even one, it's like I found myself being snobbish of late when I'm in the airport and I'm like, you know what? Oh, please don't let that baby, because especially if the babies get
sit next to you, right? You're hoping that they don't sit next to you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna show you how snobbish I've become. I have seen them sitting where we sitting, and I'm praying, please don't let them be on my flight. Now I know they on the flight because
they in the line. Yeah, that part.
But I'm definitely like, Lord, please don't let them be on this flight. But whining babies, when you think about it, they're not used to the ear popping, and that's rough. because there's if you've ever flown Spirit or ever seen live video coming from Spirit, which I have the latter. I've never
I have
ever flown
never
Spirit.
experienced Spirit ever.
Yeah, but if
And I'm not going to. So,
if
you know,
you have ever watched any of those videos,
yeah,
you know that there are a lot of grown people that act way worse than those children.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. It's just I'd rather not. But I'm also one of those people too that if I go out on a date, I want to go somewhere where I know that they're not going to be children. So that I, like sit at a bar, live music where you gotta be 21 to get in. Because I just want to have a date and be around adults. So
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
So I like to travel too.
Those of you that be in the messages and stuff like that, inquiring about Shawn Lee's availability and her singlehood, she just let you know that when she goes on a date, Chuck E. Cheese is not an option. Worlds of Fun, Six Flags, that's not an option.
Ever in life.
She wants some live music. Take her to a Billy Bird concert.
Okay. Let me see my brother Billy. Yeah.
Take that. That's what you do. That's what you do. You want, and then that way we can vet whoever you with at the show.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Shawn, wouldn't it? We got some news to get into this morning. That is our task. So now that we've got the pleasantries out the way, I will go first since you got a chance to take off. I took off first last week, so we'll let you take off from the anchor chair first. Shawn Lee, what you got for us?
Okay, so for real, this is no laughing matter. Okay, there was this gentleman in Independence who has.
I'm getting the laugh out first.
His name is Ronnie Wiggs, and he strangled his wife to death in the hospital because he couldn't afford the medical bills.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was an older man. Mm-hmm.
When you say older, what do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't say exactly how, but he was a grandpa-ish status, over grandpa-ish status.
Well, I mean.
No, you are a grandpa. So we're going to say
I'm
70s,
I'm grandfather.
Late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
Our old school grandpas, how they look.
Okay. How they look back on the Jeffersons in good times.
That part. So
do you realize James Evans was 38 years old? James Evans. Think about it.
Really? Oh,
good. That was a hard 38 back there. They was playing like they was 35 and 38 years old.
That's crazy to me. That's
that was hard. All right, go ahead.
So he's charged with second-degree murder and a $250,000 bond. Now, I'm not sure on why it's not first-degree murder because he literally strangled her to death because he could not afford her medical bills. So I don't know where that second-degree part comes in there. I don't know how those things work. But yeah, out of Independence, Missouri.
Jeez, do you realize the type of society we're living in when you have to consider taking your loved one's life because you can't afford for her to get the treatment that she needs? Looks like we've got Charlie Joe in, and Brony Cat from YouTube is watching us. Coffee from YouTube and Yielded from Facebook. Thank guys. Share this if you don't mind. Like this episode so that we can understand that you are enjoying the news that we're bringing. Shawn, if I had known that's what you was leading off with, I'd have led off because I got a Debbie Downer to lead off too. But man, can you picture looking at your wife and you say, okay, pros and cons. I can't afford to keep her. So if she gets better, does she cook? Yeah, no. Does she make me happy anymore? Yeah, that smile still gets me. Does she make love to me anymore? Nah. Does she get on me about leaving my shoe? Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna go on ahead and play God and take this in my hands.
Listen, I thought it was super sad, especially because they were so much older. Like they're so much older. And I feel like at this point, you just don't even worry about the bills. You just, just like,
I'm like this, Shawn. I'm like, hey, baby, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Here's yet. I got real close and whispered in her ear. Here's yet another bill that you have made me not be able to afford. But it's okay. We're gonna go home. We got about 10 to 15 more years left on earth. We'll dodge these bills for about 10, and then we'll die off.
I wouldn't even, yeah. We'll see in that. So ladies, choose wisely. And choose wisely, ladies.
Shawn. Come on, Shawn. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No.
That's not fair.
What I'm saying. How many of us have had a bill? Like, no one gets stressed out about medical bills that I know, because you have to have your health. I mean, you have to take care of yourself. But if you're going to commit murder, so you don't have to pay a bill, you going to jail though.
Well, Shawn, you listen, you never know, because we understand who has the annoying power hand in a marriage. It's the wife. So we don't know if she said, Cecil, now listen to me. I'm ready. I'm good with Jesus. I'm good. I want you to take this card and I want you to do me in, and you live your life, baby. You don't know. She may have said, I'm ready. Don't make this stressful for you, Cecil. I mean, Ronnie. That wasn't his name, Ronnie.
Well, he's going to jail, so I mean.
But hey, look. I mean,
you can't gotta worry about bills there neither. So I guess you're good. I guess
there you go. 3 cots and a hot. 3 hots in a cot. Ain't that what they say? And he may, who knows, depending on how young he looks, he may start a new relationship in his new residence.
No, sir. He's definitely he's pushing close to, no, he's not starting over.
Love is for everyone. We would not age him out.
But he ain't got no money to be no sugar daddy. So I mean, what are we doing?
You don't know what his commissary looks like. It's not that expensive to be a sugar daddy in prison, I heard.
Listen, you are right, because there are women out there that is pen paling up inmates. So you right.
There you go. You be surprised what a book of stamps, what type of prestige that could get you.
No, absolutely not.
Well, we're gonna go from independent Shawn over to Washington, D.C., the national capital of the United States. And man, I mean, we just giving it to him on the sad end of the day. A man loses his life after a fatal crash in the outer gates of the White House, going 120 miles per hour. Ooh. Man's identity has not yet been disclosed, as the FBI is still further investigating this situation. But I mean, 120 miles per hour, it was needless to say, but I'll say he was dead at the scene on arrival. But when you start looking at security breach and all that, this was the outer security gate. So that means he broke past some barriers at 120 miles per hour. Do you now think, Shawn, that possibly America should start looking at possibly having some type of remote explosives or automatic explosives, or if you hit a certain something, it explodes? Because at 120 miles per hour, let's just say he was in a tank or he survived. That could have been some kind of way to have a hit on the White House. For God's sake, whether you like a president that is sitting or not, that's where they live.
Yeah, I feel like for him to get past anything, which I have so many questions. There's so many questions that I can think, but so he crashed into something. Is that what you're saying?
The barrier. He crashed into some barriers.
Crashed into the barrier. Okay, and that is on the outside of the White House, but not the inner.
The outer, like say for instance, if you remember how they had all the barriers out for the parade.
Yes.
So remember, if you came down Main, how they had everything where they redirected you around by the Liberty Memorial, right? just say someone took off from Linwood and they caught 120 miles per hour by the time they got to the Western Crown. I don't care what barriers are right there. At 120 miles per hour, I'm going straight through. And what if he had bombs in that car? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think the measures, maybe they should start making barricades a little further back from the White House.
At this moment in time, I would absolutely agree. I mean, but you know, it's so crazy because you thought that the White House was one of those places that couldn't get into, and you saw what happened. You know, people got in there. So I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever been to Washington, D.C. by the White House?
I have. And the time that I went, it wasn't as like you can't get to it anymore. You're further back now. You couldn't get to it.
I was late 80s. Yeah. I was late 80s, early 90s, where you could go up to the wrought iron gate and take pictures. And you know, there's a whole lot of ladies out professionalizing themselves around that area. So I can see why so many corrupt politicians was in Washington, D.C. Yes. It was a whole lot of booger sugar and crotch candy going on.
Crotch candy? What?
Yeah, crotch candy. You know what crotch candy is. All right, go to the comments, Shawn Lee. Go get me out trouble.
All right, let's see. Hey y'all. Dio, you were in. Okay. Well, thanks, Charlie. You was in her dream last night.
I was.
You probably did something crazy.
Whose dream was I in?
Charlie's.
Oh, that's family. So it was.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I said you probably did something crazy. That's exactly what.
No, I might have done something heroic, like rushing into a collapsing building and saving some folks so that we can have news to talk about on Marsh Media News Update. What else we got?
Yilden says, "Get you a boo that will die for you, not kill you." I agree. Choose wisely. That's all I'm saying. Choose wisely. You know.
But what if the boo said, "Do it, Daddy, do it"?
No, that's strength than I think that she would have been talking about. I believe that she didn't want to die.
You know what her husband told her? He said, "I'm not your lover. I'm not your friend. I am something that you will never comprehend. No need to worry, because you about to die. I am your Messiah, and here's the reason why, girl. You gonna die for you." Woo, woo. All right, what's another one?
Let's see. Yilda says he must be getting away from there at the thought of the orange return. Talking about the man who ran to death.
Yeah, he should have went 120 to the polls, not killing himself. I mean, where he gonna go might be a lot more orange and red than what he would have done if the boy got up in here. You know what I mean?
Please listen. That one right there. Listen, don't even get me started. Let's see here.
Dale Sanders is in here. Shay Marie and Dale Sanders look like they're in here. I want to say hey to them. Yeah.
Hey y'all. I don't see
looks like Tamika Renee Williams is in the building.
Hey Tamika, girl.
Yeah.
I can see them on my side. So but yeah.
What other comments you got? Anything that sticks out before your next story?
Oh, there you are, Dale. Charlie says we were on the road. Coffee with Charlie finally made it on the road with Gentlemen of Comedy. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, y'all check out Coffee with Charlie every Thursday, 7:00 p.m. Marsh Media on Channel I-70, Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment. Our network is growing, y'all. It's growing.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was. That was real good. Yeah, that really was. All right, what you got up next, Shawn Lee?
So for all of you that are out there and you're struggling with trying to be mentally healthy, I have a couple of suggestions for you. It's the tips for mental well-being. We'll start with relax and reduce stress. I'm going to talk to a few people this week that need to do that.
Relax and reduce stress.
Relax.
So that means you need to be regular. You need to be regular to relax and reduce stress.
Oh, okay. More fiber in your diet and
no, I ain't no.
Find ways
less fiber, more Viagra. That kind of relax.
Oh gosh. Find ways to learn and be creative. So pick up something, a book, learn a new something, create some art, create a song, do something. Spend time in nature. Time in nature.
Spend some time in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Tell them that is human nature. Okay.
And it says connect with others, and that is not texting, like actually sit down with a human and chat with them and connect.
Hey y'all, if any of y'all were stressed like me, in the comments, and you want to sit down with a gentleman, we're offering the opportunity to do our share to reduce your stress and ours with interperson, person-to-person, personal contact. Who saw that? Just the thought of person-to-person made me feel so much better, Shawn. So much better.
Yeah, no. Look after your physical health. So them routine checkups, exercise, all that good stuff, because that is important. That is important. Yeah. And the last one is improve your sleep.
There you go.
For granted. Like naps are okay. Take you a nap. Get your 8 hours of sleep if you can. Sometimes you can't. People don't really need 8 hours, but improve your sleep habits, because that is something that will help with your brain and health function.
I really feel as though jobs need to look in giving naps to employees, especially those that work over 8 hours on shifts, especially when you're dealing with heavy machinery. You know, there's only so many hours pilots can fly. There's only so many hours over the road truckers can drive, because your brain starts to decline with its focus and alert. So just like we used to do in preschool, I think that jobs need to look into, we have lounges a lot of times. We need to look into giving, not just, you don't get sleep on your food break. Your food break is for your food break. But I also believe you should also have an hour to hour 20 of just where you can go and sleep. You go in a room, lights off, no TV, not no machine where people keep walking in and opening the door. No, you come in here, you lay down.
A quiet space, the actual quiet space, like
and it's
cocoon or something, to where everything's blocked out. I agree with that. And I also agree with the 4-day work week. Let's just make this a thing. Make this a law.
Let's do better than this, Shawn. Let's do 3. Let's do 3 days we work.
I'll take it. 3.
Yeah. And then one day, the 4th day, you use that to pay all your bills, get all your ripping and running around. And then you got your other days as your, because think about it, man. We work, some people, let's just say if we do the typical 5 straight workday stress of 8 hours, right? And then you turn around, let's just say at the minimum 8 hours, right? It's only 24 in a day. What time do you have in driving and commuting, and then cooking, and then your kids are doing homework if you're really on your parent game? By the time y'all come together and you got to start taking baths and getting ready for the next day, you really don't even have a full hour to just spend with your family, and you sure don't have a full hour just to be to yourself.
Listen, I just got exhausted just thinking about it.
Yeah. So those are just the people. We ain't even talking about the people that work them 12, 16-hour shifts, but
do that.
Yeah, it's funny that you brought that up, because over the last week and 2 days, man, I was sleep deprived. I wound up having a health alert. I won't say scare, but it showed alert me to go in and get my blood pressure checking. And my blood pressure, Shawn Lee, because I wasn't getting adequate sleep, had gotten up to 162 over 90.
That sounds dangerous.
It was, and some people say, well, that's a little high. No, that was real high for me, because generally when I go to the hospital, high for me is 125 over 80.
Okay, so that's a huge difference. That's like a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a lot of stress that's, that I have in that week with getting better rest. I've just started cutting stress. Like, man, if you let simple things make you make a thing out of that simple thing that it looks like it's about to be big.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Out of here. Yeah, out of here. So y'all take advice of Shawn, and let's see. Anybody have anything to say with your tips there, Shawn?
Yes. Brown Cat. I hope I say that right. Brown Cat. I'm learning how to write poems. That is awesome because creating, that's part of creating. So that's awesome, awesome, awesome. But yeah, she says that she's gonna do that. And then Abronia, is that the same person? That's probably the same person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she also says that she says, I will not be doing the connecting with anyone when I am trying to de-stress.
Now, Yielded. Speaking of raising stress, what did Yielded say? DL, please don't do. What did she say?
Oh, we said don't do that again.
You see what I mean? Okay. See what I mean?
And bro, yeah, I get it. I know I get what you're saying, like connecting with others, but I think in this reference, it was like just to sit down and be in the moment with the person versus like hanging out. Because I feel like there might be a difference.
You know why I started laughing so hard? Because when we were
hanging out, dating, hanging out. Yeah. Charlie says she's currently working on putting together her craft for her butterfly memorial release this Friday. See, she's doing something. She said, "No, I will never ever." Okay, she's like, "I'm not connected with nobody."
I'm going to start. I noticed that I was less stressed when I was dancing, so I think I'm going to start dancing.
Like, what kind of dancing were you doing? Were you doing like ballroom, line dancing?
Of course, two-stepping, and then I've always had a little rhythm. I mean, I wasn't like worthy to go on tour like a couple of my childhood friends was with MC Hammer, but I've always been able to. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna start dancing a little more. I'm gonna start listening more regularly to my albums with the lights down, and just start doing that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good. I mean,
all right. Well,
will be active and moving.
Yeah. I like the workout part. I'm good at. Just the sleep part had gotten away from me because I say I'm gonna go to sleep, and then next thing I know, I look around, it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I'm back up doing a morning radio show, and then I'm mentoring, and then it's next thing you know, 7 days has gone by, and you're operating off of 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and you need all of it. Bronya said, what is two-stepping? That must be some type of southerner thing.
First of all, Abronia, I just like to make it clear that I am in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm not that far from you, baby. So what it is it is the same as Chicago stepping with 2 steps less.
Yep.
Yeah. It's sweet, just like stepping. Like how it's Chicago.
Smooth. Smooth.
When you in Chicago and you say we going stepping, it's the same as when we in Kansas City and say we going stepping. It's just the same. You take a couple of steps out. I think it's about two steps out of the Chicago step. But man, it's you swinging and you swaying, you twirling, and it's just you step.
And that's if you can do it right. Because if you can't, then there's that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to the hardwood part.
Yeah, what you got?
No Diddy. Angel Reese. Angel Reese, college superstar from LSU. She has made her way into the WNBA. And I'm going to say this. I think that intentionally, the WNBA, and these are just my sentiments, my thoughts, which do matter because I'm on my show. I think they have gone out of their way to try, quote unquote, to humble Angel Reese. Because I looked at a lot of announcements to the city from other teams of their superstar players, and it was fanfare.
Yep.
It was hoopla, bells and whistles. They rented out a conference room at looked like rec center. The Chicago Sky now, a
No,
professional team.
I seen it. Oh,
they couldn't even have it at the stadium. They went to a rec center, like where we would go and have a baby shower at some of the rec centers here. And then there was no music playing, no introduction. I mean, they could at least got some girl traveling AAU basketball teams to be in there, had some balloons set up.
They could have had the team that she's becoming a part of. They could have had them there. They didn't have no colored balloons of the
nothing.
They didn't have nothing, and that is not a humble at all.
They didn't even have a tablecloth. And how they knew she was there, she just walked in the door and said, "Hey, y'all," and anybody barely said hello back.
I didn't like it. I didn't like anything about it, and I thought it was distasteful on the Chicago Sky because you just don't do somebody like that, and not somebody her. And I'm saying her in the sense of
she brings eyes. She brings eyes,
and she's done so much. Like, come on, respect that young lady.
And you hear people complain so much. You hear the women complaining. Y'all don't respect us like the guys, the NBA. Y'all don't tune in. Y'all don't support. Y'all don't buy the merch. But then when you have a polarizing, game-changing personality and talent coming to one of your major city markets, the Chicago Sky just won the championship year before last. Well, 3 years ago. So for you not to have Angel Reese, you could have told her just to set up something with her following along, and you could have had over 200K
people there to support her.
Thank you. So for you to say that, but then you don't take advantage of that moment, it's simply irresponsible, disrespectful, and it's low. But I don't stop there, Shawn Lee. In her Chicago Sky debut as a rookie, although it's preseason, as a rookie, she comes out with that type of reception and still gives the Chicago Sky 13 points, 9 rebounds, and I think it was a few steals, couple of blocks in her rookie debut. Now, watching it, because what I did was I was looking around, searching the internet, and I saw that a person from the actual game had to go live because guess what, Shawn Lee? The WNBA chose not to live stream the Chicago Sky, who is one of your main draws in regular season. Then you turn around and have 2 of the top 3 drafted rookies on one team, and you don't show that game. That was a very, very good game. And the Dallas Wings, who is another draw, was playing the Chicago Sky. It was a very good game. In times, you could see that Angel Reese was a rookie, which is to be expected. There's nerves. And you got a bunch of women that's coming out to prove a point that, hey, this is my turf. That's competitive. That's not slight. That's just competition. But for her to go out and still put up 13 points, 9 boards, 3 steals, and I think 6 blocks. Kudos to you, Angel Reese. We're rooting for you. And the WNBA to get it together. Now, I did say that where I watched it, a fan went live from the stands, and on her live, so many people were so hungry to watch WNBA and Angel Reese to see what she was going to do that woman had 200K viewers. Do you know that's how many views that the WNBA could have had as their sponsorship to try and package a better television deal? Hey, we got 200,000 viewers for a preseason game after breaking records in the finals last year of the most ever finals watched in WNBA history, and then making history in the college national championships, where you out perform the men with viewership. You couldn't have rode that momentum. Even Don Staley was watching from that lady's view.
And it really irritates me because it's like, come on, Chicago, like, come on. The thing about it is, it's always one of those things with the WNBA, like you said, pay them more, they want more, they want to be treated. But it's like, y'all treated her in this moment like trash. And you guys can't even justify. You cannot, because you don't tell me you ain't got no money. Don't tell me you ain't got no money for no balloons, no nice little skirt of the Chicago, to put on the table. Y'all got plenty of media there. Heck, y'all could have had me there. I could have been taking some pictures. I could have did something. Like,
we could have covered it live, like what we talking about now.
Yeah, it's like there's no way. You could have tapped into a lot of resources, and she could have invited people out because celebrities is checking for her. She has people checking for her. There's no excuse for that to be what it was. When I see the other young ladies, they got the fanfare that they deserve because it was shown. And this young lady, she just can't, I feel like she can't catch a break. And then it just makes me question Chicago. Did you take her so could nobody else get her? Because you got her and then you treated her like that coming in.
Yeah, you dropped the ball.
How'd you do that?
And especially there's so much buzz in Chicago because now they have legendary WNBA founding draft class and player all-star, and which, if the WNBA has Hall of Fame, will induct her into, which is Teresa Witherspoon, Teaspoon, is now the coach. And anybody that has ever been watching, such as me, the WNBA since its conception, understands Teaspoon was that lady. She played with the New York Liberty, and man, when I tell you point guard extraordinaire, yes. And so for you to get that, to cultivate these young women, man, Chicago is going to be in the running with the Las Vegas Aces for a long time now. So yeah, that's my second story. So Angel, we rock with you. If you ever want to come on any of the Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment platforms, whether it's the news, whether it's Picture Perfect, because the lady's beautiful, and I think you would come out with some very beautiful pictures. Matter of fact, that's going to be one photo shoot I'm going to show up at, whether you invite me or not.
I wouldn't need you there. I wouldn't need you there.
Oh, I didn't say you would need at all. It ain't about you. It's all about me. It's all about you. Yeah, it's all about me. One time. Yeah. So all 6'3" of that. I'm gonna be there with my son. Hey, how you doing, Angel? You about the same age as this young man right here. Isn't he handsome? Oh, yeah. I will Kris Kardashian that so easily.
And she's such a sweetheart too. Like, I just felt like she didn't deserve that disrespect from her employer.
Don't take her on court persona, what she had to do to make you want to draft her, as that's how she is in person. Yeah. A lot of times that's what people develop a mechanism because of the treatment that they receive, such as this. All right, Shawn, what you got next?
That's all. Now, listen. This is more of a, not a report. It's a more of a, I don't be understanding sometimes with these beefs, okay?
Oh, Lord.
I don't, the Kendrick and the Drake beef, listen, before anybody comes for me, I'm a Kendrick fan. So that's it for me. I'm a Kendrick fan. These things that they got going on. I've never been a Drake fan because I just felt like he
watered down hip hop to me.
Bubblegum hip hop. Like, he's not nothing that I would consider hip hop. Like, I've never been a fan of Drake, and it has nothing to do with him being light skinned, because clearly if it did, then I would be team him. But no, I can't, in the audacity of it all to pick a beef with Kendrick Lamar is just, I just don't know what you would want to get from that besides the lesson. and being
Well,
humble. But go
in
ahead.
the in the mainstream and the realm, the essence of hip hop, that's what you do. When you feel as though somebody is a threat, you go at them on wax. But
Okay.
it surprises me how and when all of a sudden Drake became a tough guy. Like you was the
Okay.
song man of rap, and now you are
You
a
tough.
tough guy. And
You're
that's
not
just not, it's not sellable. It's not, he's marketable in the lane he was in. Go ahead, be the heartthrob that every woman wants. That formula was working for you. Well, you know what I'm getting at. That was the market strategy. That was the market strategy. And you saw that got him all the sexy red he wanted. But yeah, so but the tough guy image, man, come on.
It's not believable. It's laughable. It's not believable. Even the words that he says, things that come out of his mouth, I'm like, no, not believing it. So, so that's what I had, because I'm so lost and I feel like it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Y'all put in the comments what y'all think, who y'all think won, who y'all think is leading. Let's see.
Dale said y'all talking about Aubrey. Yeah, Aubrey, because that's who we're talking. It's Aubrey.
What do you say? Money made him tough. Sometimes you can buy enough security. Sometimes you can buy enough security to where you can be tough. Hey, let's stay with the sports. We're gonna jump back into sports real quick. Okay. Michael Irvin, the playmaker, University of Miami's own, the U, Michael Irvin, Dallas Cowboys superstar wide out. That Michael Irvin, polarizing, very funny, fashionable, sometimes outlandishly fashionable personality for television and podcasts, Michael Irvin. Well, Michael Irvin ran into a little trouble back around the Super Bowl time where a Karen lied and said that he sexually misappropriated. He SA'd her while taking a photo. She asked for a photo. Well, of course, networks nowadays, corporations move fast. They move before researching. So they suspended him, moved him out, told him he had to leave automatically without even watching the video first. And when the video came out, it had no sound, of course, but everybody was trying to figure out, where did he touch her? What did he do? He was about to leave from the bar where he was watching the game to go up to his room. She beckoned him for a picture. I guess the lighting wasn't good enough inside. They stepped outside, took a picture. He spoke with a couple of folks, and then he went upstairs. His hand was not groping her. He whispered something in her ear. We didn't hear it. It could have been very much, thank you so much. Appreciate you. You look awesome. Keep, watch me on it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But then it came out, he went through this long period. They took him off his shows, messed with his pocket money. You know my thing. If you are a black celebrity, you will not leave this earth without having a drug scandal or a sexual scandal. One way or another, they got to get us out of here looking like a junkie or a sexual demonic deviant. That's just how they tear down our credibility. But he then picked up a job, spot dates. They still had his contract open with the NFL Network, but he did most of his screen time on FX1's Undisputed Reboot with Skip Bayless. And then he wound up getting fired today. They wouldn't renew his contract moving into the 2024 season, which I could see that coming. They just wanted the right time, right opportunity. And they said that with the network's cutbacks, since they are about to sell NFL Network, they made sure that they were cutting back on those that they thought either had too expensive of a contract to maintain, or they felt as though was not garnering or generating the network views and what is that when the viewership. They was not getting the ratings. That's what they were saying. He was not contributing to great ratings. Well, I will say this to Michael Irvin. Take a page out of Shannon Sharp's book, Bet on Yourself. Michael Irvin is so hilarious. He's so knowledgeable about the game of football. He is such an inviting and engaging figure. And it's not like it's overdone. He's very engaging and entertaining. Man, get with those guys such as Stephen A., who rock with you, handpicked you like he handpicked Shannon Sharp to be on his show, First Take, and ask them, man, how can I set up? And I mean, even if you don't start off with sponsorships and all that, because sponsorships is what literally corporate got him into trouble. Just get you a camera, Michael Irvin, get you some equipment, have Shannon Sharp or or Steven to help you set up and just start going.
Yeah.
And it'll take off. It'll take off. So
because I used to like watching him the game days and stuff.
With him and Deion Sanders were hilarious. They were hilarious. And yeah, I will say this. I've been saying this for years that these professional athletes need to put their money together, bet on themselves, and start their own leagues. It's just that
part.
Yeah. Well, my last story for today, Cat Williams did it again. He went live with his special. I thought the special was funny. It was live on Saturday night, Netflix. No edit. It was just straight live. He did what Chris Rock did. And I thought it was funny. Y'all can put in the chat what you guys thought. Now, the reason why I thought it was only funny, Shawn Lee, and not hilarious is because I saw it before on YouTube. So most of his act I saw on YouTube. And I know, and so if I had not foreseen it and knew what was coming and knew the punchline, I probably would have been in tears. But because I saw it, it just kind of like, oh yeah, it's still funny, even though I knew what was coming. But the element of gotcha, the punchline, I didn't get punched as hard because I knew the jab was coming.
You say you saw it on YouTube, so this is not like a new set of something that he's. So you
some were,
or else
some were, but a lot wasn't.
Okay.
Because you're going from city to city, you're doing it live, so you picked where you thought would be, of course, the most well attended. And Cat is gonna be Cat. He did what he did to do what it was supposed to do, which is make a lot of money. He made a lot of money at the box office, and he made a lot of money for and with Netflix.
Okay.
So, and I believe he's going to have another one. That this is why I say, for musicians, singers, actors, to show your stuff on YouTube in its entirety, it's beneficial. Because when you see a artist come to your town, most singers go, you sing, and it's embarrassing if the crowd can't sing along. So you want people to be versed in your songs, your material, so they can sing along. That is one of the best, hugest compliments that a singer entertainer can have, is that a room full of thousands singing along with your music. Now it works. It works in just the opposite with a comedian. It's no longer funny if you know my punchline and you beat me there. The biggest part about comedy is you're catching people off guard. Most people that are caught off guard, even if they're being afraid, a lot of people laugh like, woo, so that's what we try to curate and accumulate in comedy clubs. That's why, as much as the word cancel comes around, it's not beneficial to try to cancel a comedian, because as long as there's clubs, as long as there's people buying tickets,
have material. I mean, they'll be able to do their material. They'll be able to go places and pitch and do all those things. And I would have to agree, because I feel like when it comes to comedy, knowing the punchline, it's just like you watch. If you watched Eddie Murphy back in the day, we done all watched it, so we know what's coming. But that's vintage, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there was no time where you got to see that in advance. It was, you saw
there
it.
You go. There you go.
You replay it over and over and memorize it, and you knew what was coming. But I agree, seeing it beforehand when it comes to comedy is one of those things of, Oh man, well, I knew he was getting ready to say
Yeah.
that. He already did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. If you're going to tour, if you're still touring and performing that material currently, I would say, guys, turn off your cameras and your phones. That's the reason why Dave asked for it. That's the reason why Kevin asked for it.
And
A lot of times when
you can
a
ask
lot
for
of time, yeah, a lot of times when comedians are in rooms, we're working on material to see how it flies. That way we can put together an hour 20 minutes worth of material that we can film and present it. Now, yeah, there's going to be some people that say, oh, I remember when he did that at the comedy club, but he didn't do it like that. Because each time you do a bit, you enhance it, you punch it up. And so, it takes away from the element of surprise, the element of suspense, the element of catching someone off guard. I love trying to make people laugh when they're uncomfortable. When you start making people laugh when they're uncomfortable, that's the reason why I tell the jokes that I tell. That's why I use certain words. You know, I don't want to be offensive to little people, but sometimes the M word is more funnier than the little people. I don't want to call slow people slow, but sometimes the R word is a little funnier than slow folk.
I cannot.
And I was saying the M word is miniature and the R word is remedial. All right, let me take off this suave look so I can see and jump into this
so you
comments. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Or what about how they broadcast again? Yeah, that's true. BBB, I gotta fill my coffee cup and water cup. Be right back. Okay. They show Caitlin's game. Of course, Dale. Of course.
Yeah, of
course. Yeah. You love Michael Irvin? Yeah, Michael is very funny, very funny.
Sharp. He just sharp. I like how he dressed. He just sharp.
Oh man, thanks, Dale. Shawn is gonna hate on this when I read it, but DL, you drop gems that's worth harvesting. See, there go that energy. There go that energy. Yeah, there go that energy. Don't be hating, Shawn. You should not hate. It should be an honor. It should be an honor for you to sit here with me like it's an honor. From the
words of Kendrick, I'm your number one hater.
And you know what? Sometimes the hater is the best advertisement for
I'm not hating.
Celebration. For the I know you're not. I know you're not. What you got coming up?
You know, well, tonight at 7 on Shawn Lee House TV, coming up. You know, I got y'all coming up. You and Bam.
You say you got us coming up tonight?
You and Bam coming up tonight. Everybody needs to know that. Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee.
And I ain't gonna be dressed like this. I'm gonna be comfortable.
Yeah, you need to be. I don't want to see none of that. Not them glasses either.
Why?
Leave them glasses somewhere
else. Or y'all guys, you know how Shawn do me. Is something wrong with my glasses?
There is nothing wrong with his glasses.
Is something wrong with my look?
There's nothing wrong with his look.
This would definitely, I think, would show her, if I showed up like this, how much I think about her platform. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, a show recap. We got a message in our Marsh media. Hey, you guys, Bam and DL, y'all were a little too rough on Shawn Lee at the live show. You guys act like y'all didn't understand when she was saying hanging out and and dating are different.
Listen, y'all, they understood. They understood. They just go there. That's why you gotta just be like, I don't even. They know.
I'm so glad you said that, because that was my response. Like, hey, yo, we understood what she was saying, but it made for good enough content where it revoked or provoked that response, and we got a chance to interact with you. So yeah, I mean,
they understood completely. Trust me.
But I think what was missed probably by that young lady and a few others, is what we're saying is, if two people are attractive and you hang out long enough, then dating could come about. And we had a couple in the audience that proved that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember the 4 year couple?
Yeah, the 4-year couple. But then you can also be sat in that friend zone, thinking that you had a chance and that you was gone, and you in the friend zone, then you in the situation.
Well, see, what you do is, as a guy, even as a girl, but I mean, you know, as a guy, if it's somebody that you don't want to be zoned, don't let them call you bruh. Don't let them call you sis. Don't let them call you homie. You check that.
Once you do that,
it's over with. It's over with. Hey, look here. I am not your brother. We didn't come from the same place.
That is so true. That is so true, and that's so funny because it's like, oh yeah, sis. Oh wait, hold on.
And then if y'all cross that line, they'd be like, "Whoa, wait a minute, wasn't that your brother 2 months ago?"
That part.
That's a Jerry Springer moment.
That is too funny.
Well, guys, we thank y'all so much for joining Shawn and I. Make sure you catch Shawn on Shawn Lee House Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee on tonight. That's right, on tonight. And it's 7:00 p.m. Shawn Lee TV.
House TV.
Shawn Lee House TV. That's that's okay.
Yep.
Shawn Lee House. Go and walk on in the house then. How about you do that? And then catch all of your favorite Marsh Media Backstage entertainment content on our YouTube channel I70MMBE, where some of you are watching right now. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And then we also have our exclusive content channel, which is on Patreon /Marsh Media Backstage ENT. Man, there's some stuff over there that y'all want to go see. And guess what? I got an announcement next week. Have y'all heard the news? I'm gonna drop something next week. Marsh Media News. Yeah.
And for those who
don't let me forget.
I won't let you forget. Those who tune in tonight at 7, and you interact with us, I got something for y'all. I just got something for y'all. I got something for somebody. Some lucky person.
Take that. I told him I'm gonna start my dancing again. Hey, take that.
Not that. You can leave that where it's at. That'd be great.
Till the next time, y'all. Have you heard the news? Y'all make it public. We'll make it
popular.
There you go. You caught your cue, woman. Get on out of here, y'all, so y'all get y'all rest in, relax, however you relax, so that you can be rejuvenated and catch Picture Perfect with Shawn Lee later on tonight. Shawn Lee House TV. Bye-bye.